I stood at the altar, heart pounding like a drum in a silent room, as the officiant asked if anyone had reason to object. My mind flashed back to that rainy college night when Jordan Hayes cornered me in the dorm hallway, his words slicing deeper than any knife. "Faggot, you don't belong here." And now, 10 years later, here he was, my groom, smiling at me with eyes that held a world of regret and love I never thought possible. The ceremony ended with cheers from our small circle of friends, but as we walked down the aisle hand in hand, I couldn't shake the whisper in my head. How did my worst enemy become the man I married? It started in the fall of 2012 at Hawthorne University in Boston, a place where ivy-covered walls hid more secrets than they revealed. I was Clayton Rivera, a freshman from a quiet suburb in New Jersey, openly gay since high school, determined to thrive in a city that promised freedom. Jordan was the golden boy, captain of the soccer team, straight-A student from a wealthy Connecticut family, the kind of guy everyone admired. But to me, he was a nightmare. Our first clash happened in Intro to Political Science. Professor Ellis assigned a debate on marriage equality, a hot topic back then with Proposition 8 still fresh in the news. I argued passionately for it, drawing from my own life, quoting statistics on discrimination and mental health impacts on LGBTQ youth. Jordan countered with cold logic, citing traditional values and societal stability, his voice dripping with disdain. "It's not about hate," he said, staring right at me. "It's about preserving what's worked for centuries." The class erupted in murmurs, and I felt exposed, like he'd targeted me personally. After class, he bumped my shoulder in the hall, muttering, "Keep your agenda out of my space, Rivera." From there, it escalated. Jordan and his jock friends would mock me in the cafeteria, spreading rumors that I was recruiting in the locker rooms. Once, during a campus pride event, they showed up with signs saying, "Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve," chanting until security broke it up. I reported it to the dean, but Jordan's family donated big bucks to the school. Nothing happened. I retreated into my studies, joining the LGBTQ Alliance, where I met friends who became my shield. But Jordan's presence loomed, a constant reminder that even in progressive Boston, hate could thrive. Years passed, and we graduated without another direct confrontation. I moved to New York City, landing a job as a policy analyst for a nonprofit fighting for queer rights. Life was good: dates, activism, a sense of purpose. Jordan faded into a bad memory until 5 years ago, when I walked into a conference room for a joint project with a conservative think tank. There he was, suited up, representing the opposition on a panel about workplace discrimination laws. His name tag read Jordan Hayes, legal advisor. Our eyes met, and for a split second I saw a flicker of recognition and shame. The debate was civil this time. I presented data on how anti-discrimination policies boosted economies. He argued for religious freedoms without overt bigotry. Afterward, as the room emptied, he approached me. "Clayton, can we talk?" His voice was softer, lacking the edge from college. I wanted to walk away, but curiosity or masochism held me back. We grabbed coffee at a nearby diner, the kind with sticky booths and endless refills. "I owe you an apology," he said, staring into his cup. "What I did in college. It was wrong. I was scared, confused about myself." Confused? The word hung in the air like smoke. He confessed he'd been closeted, terrified of his conservative family disowning him. Bullying me was his way of deflecting suspicion, proving his straightness to his friends. It sounded like a cop-out, but his eyes welled up, and for the first time, I saw vulnerability in the man who'd haunted my nightmares. We talked for hours, unpacking the pain, mine from the harassment, his from self-loathing. It wasn't forgiveness. Not yet, but a crack in the wall between us. That coffee turned into more meetings, ostensibly for work but soon personal. Jordan had come out 2 years after college, losing his family's support but gaining authenticity. He volunteered at LGBTQ centers now, advocating for the very causes he'd once opposed. I was wary. Trust doesn't rebuild overnight. But as we shared stories, I saw the man behind the mask. Funny, intelligent, deeply remorseful. One night, After a heated discussion on a rooftop bar overlooking the Hudson, he leaned in and kissed me. It was tentative, real, sparking something I hadn't felt in years. Our relationship bloomed slowly, amid New York's chaos. Dates in Central Park, debates over dinner that turned into laughter. But shadows lingered. My friends warned me, "He's the guy who made your life hell? How can you forget?" I couldn't, but I chose to see his growth. Jordan's past actions fueled our first big fight when I introduced him to my circle. One friend, recalling the college bullying, called him out. "You think saying sorry erases trauma?" Jordan didn't defend himself. He listened, apologized again. It was messy, real, social conflicts mirroring our internal ones. As we navigated dating, societal pressures mounted. Jordan's family, staunch Republicans, cut him off completely when he came out. Mine, liberal but protective, questioned my choice. "Is this healthy, Clayton? Loving your bully?" We faced stares in public, whispers about our unlikely pair. Once, at a pride parade, a former classmate spotted us and posted online, "The bully and the victim, Stockholm Syndrome much?" It went viral in queer circles, sparking debates on forgiveness and redemption. Were we a symbol of progress or a cautionary tale? By our second year, we'd moved in together in Brooklyn, building a life amid the tension. Jordan proposed on a quiet evening walk, down on one knee with a simple ring. "I was your enemy once," he said, "but I want to be your partner forever." Tears mixed with yes, but doubts whispered. Could love truly conquer such a fractured past? Living together amplified everything. The good, the bad, the unresolved. Our Brooklyn apartment was a cozy two-bedroom with exposed brick walls and a view of the bustling street below. Mornings started with coffee and kisses, but evenings often devolved into arguments rooted in old wounds. One night, after a long day at work, I snapped when Jordan defended a conservative politician's evolving stance on gay rights. "Evolving? Like you did," I hurled, the words tasting bitter. He flinched, and we spent the night in silence, the air thick with unspoken regrets. Therapy helped. We started couples counseling with Dr. Elena Torres, a no-nonsense Latina woman in her 50s who specialized in LGBTQ issues. "Forgiveness isn't forgetting," she said in our first session. "It's choosing to build despite the pain." Jordan opened up about his upbringing. A father who preached manliness through sports and sermons. A mother who turned a blind eye. "Bullying Clayton was my armor," he admitted. I shared my side. The anxiety attacks in college, the isolation that followed. Sessions were raw, tears flowing freely, but they bridged gaps. We learned to communicate, to see each other's scars as part of our story, not the end. Outside, society kept testing us. Jordan's job at a law firm defending religious liberty cases clashed with my nonprofit work. A high-profile case pitted us indirectly against each other. His firm represented a baker refusing service to a gay couple, echoing Masterpiece Cake Shop. I marched in protests. He wrestled internally, eventually quitting the firm for a neutral practice. "I can't fight against us anymore," he told me over dinner. It was a turning point, but not without cost. His income dropped, straining our finances. We argued about money, about priorities, but it forced us closer, budgeting together like a real team. Friends remained divided. My best friend, Marcus, a drag performer from college, boycotted our housewarming party. "I love you, Clayton, but him? He traumatized half the queer kids on campus." It hurt, sparking a rift in our group. Online, the viral post from the parade evolved into think pieces. Can redeemed homophobes find love in the community? Some praised our story as hope. Others called it dangerous, arguing it minimized harm. Jordan faced backlash at events, whispers of hypocrite following him. One evening, at a fundraiser, an activist confronted him. "You think volunteering erases what you did?" Jordan didn't lash out. He engaged, sharing his journey. It didn't win everyone over, but it showed growth. Amid the drama, sweet moments grounded us. Weekend trips to the Cape, where we'd walk beaches hand in hand, talking dreams. Jordan surprised me with cooking classes, burning pasta but laughing through it. Intimacy grew from emotional connection. Hugs that lingered, conversations that healed. But a major conflict loomed. Family. My parents, after initial skepticism, warmed to Jordan, seeing his efforts. His, however, remained estranged. When we decided to marry, Jordan reached out, hoping for reconciliation. His father's response was a curt email. "This lifestyle isn't for us. Don't invite us." The rejection hit hard. Jordan spiraled, questioning if he deserved happiness. "Maybe they're right. I caused pain, including to you." I held him through nights of doubt, reminding him of our progress. But it fueled my own insecurities. Was I enabling denial? Therapy intensified, Dr. Torres challenging us. Love requires accountability, not absolution. We volunteered together at a youth center, mentoring queer teens facing bullying. Seeing Jordan connect with a kid like his younger self, scared, closeted, softened my heart further. As wedding plans progressed, external pressures peaked. A conservative media outlet dug up our college history, publishing an article, "From Bully to Bride, a Gay Fairy Tale or Farce?" It sparked national debate, with pundits weighing in on redemption in the LGBTQ community. Protests formed outside Jordan's new office, demanding he own his past. We faced doxing threats, forcing us to go private on social media. Friends rallied, but others distanced themselves. Marcus finally came around after a tearful talk. "If he makes you happy, I'll try." It was progress, but the toll was real. Sleepless nights, strained trust. In the midst of chaos, we found solace in small acts. Jordan wrote me letters, detailing his love and regrets, which I kept in a box by our bed. One read, "You taught me to be brave, Clayton. I was your nemesis. Now you're my hero." It wasn't perfect, but it was ours. As the wedding approached, I wondered if society would ever fully accept us, or if we even needed it to. The wedding planning became a battlefield of emotions and logistics. We opted for an intimate ceremony in a Brooklyn garden, surrounded by cherry blossoms in spring. Invitations went out to a curated list. My family, a few friends, no one from Jordan's side. But drama ensued when a cousin of mine, outspoken on social issues, RSVP'd no with a note. "I can't celebrate someone who hurt you." It stung, reopening debates in our circle. Jordan suggested calling it off. "I don't want to divide your world." But I refused. This was our stand against the past. Pre-wedding jitters amplified old conflicts. During a fitting for suits, Jordan froze when the tailor asked about family traditions. "None," he muttered, eyes distant. That night, he confessed lingering guilt. "What if I'm not redeemed? What if I hurt you again?" I reassured him, but doubts crept in. Was our love built on sand? Dr. Torres assigned homework, daily affirmations of why we chose each other. It helped, turning vulnerability into strength. Society's microscope intensified. The article led to TV interviews. We declined most, but one progressive show invited us to share our story. On air, I spoke of forgiveness's power. Hate stems from fear, love from understanding. Jordan added, "I was wrong, and I'll spend my life making amends." The segment went viral, garnering support but also hate mail. A group of former classmates organized a solidarity event for bullying victims, subtly shading our union. It sparked online polls. Should the LGBTQ community forgive former homophobes? Results were split, fueling endless threads. Amid the noise, we focused on us. A pre-wedding getaway to Vermont's mountains offered respite, hiking trails, cozy cabins, no cell service. There, Jordan opened up about therapy breakthroughs. "I bullied because I hated myself. Forgiving me means forgiving that scared kid." It deepened our bond, turning physical closeness into emotional anchors. Returning home, we faced a curveball. Jordan's sister, estranged but sympathetic, reached out. "Dad's wrong," she said via video call. "I want to be there." Her attendance became a secret hope, symbolizing family mending. But not all mends easily. At the rehearsal dinner, Marcus toasted us hesitantly to second chances, but remember the first hurts. It was honest, sparking a group discussion on accountability. One guest argued, "Redemption requires action, not just words." Jordan agreed, pledging ongoing work. The evening ended positively, but tensions simmered. Later, alone, I confronted my fears. "Do you regret us?" Jordan's response was fierce. "Never. You saved me." The day before the wedding, crisis hit. Protesters gathered outside our apartment, signs reading, "No forgiveness for bullies." Police dispersed them, but the media frenzy escalated. We hunkered down, friends forming a protective bubble. It tested our resolve. Was marrying worth the backlash? In a quiet moment, Jordan said, "This is our story, messy, real. Let's own it." His words reignited my fire. Wedding day dawned clear. As I dressed, memories flooded. College taunts versus now's tenderness. Walking to the garden, I spotted Jordan's sister in the crowd, tears in her eyes. The ceremony was poetic. Vows exchanging promises of growth, love amid adversity. "From enemies to eternals," Jordan whispered. Rings slid on, sealing our pact. Cheers erupted. But as we kissed, a protester's distant shout echoed, "Traitor!" Reception was joyful. Dancing, toasts, cake. Marcus pulled me aside. "He's proven himself. Happy for you." Jordan's sister hugged us, whispering plans to bridge family gaps. But the high was tempered by an anonymous threat online, forcing extra security. It highlighted ongoing societal divides, acceptance versus purism in queer spaces. Post-wedding, we honeymooned in Hawaii, beaches soothing frayed nerves. Discussions turned philosophical. Is true change possible? Jordan believed yes, I hope so. Returning, we channeled energy into advocacy, starting a podcast on redemption stories. It gained traction, but critics persisted, romanticizing harm. Our marriage settled into rhythm, work, friends, quiet nights. But a new conflict arose. Adoption talks. Jordan yearned for kids. I hesitated, fearing our past tainting their future. What if society judges them because of me? He worried. Therapy resumed, unpacking parenthood amid scrutiny. Adoption became our next frontier, blending hope with harsh realities. We attended seminars at a New York agency specializing in LGBTQ families. The process was daunting: background checks, home studies, interviews probing our history. When the social worker asked about college, Jordan owned it. "I was wrong, and I've changed." She nodded, but skepticism lingered. "Society's not always forgiving," she warned. It mirrored our life, progress shadowed by past. Friends' reactions varied. Marcus joked, "Mini versions of you two? Chaos." But seriously, he supported, "Kids need love, and you've got that." My parents were thrilled, offering babysitting dreams. Jordan's sister visited more, becoming an aunt in waiting. But his parents' silence hurt. A holiday card ignored our news. It fueled arguments. "Why chase approval?" I asked. Jordan replied, "For our kids, family matters." The application process unearthed buried tensions. During a home visit, the worker questioned our unconventional start. "How do you ensure stability?" Jordan defended us passionately. "Through work, love, communication." I added my piece, but internally, doubts resurfaced. Was our foundation solid? A fight ensued post-visit. "You think I'm a liability?" Jordan accused. I denied, but truth slipped. Sometimes the past screams louder. We reconciled in therapy, Dr. Torres reminding, "Every couple has baggage. Yours is just public." Public scrutiny amplified. Our podcast episode on family building drew fire. Former bully is dad? Risky. Online forums debated, should redeemed homophobes parent? It sparked petitions against agencies approving us. We pushed back with op-eds, sharing data on reformed individuals thriving. Support poured in from allies, but threats escalated, harassing calls, forcing a move to a secure building. Amid stress, we volunteered more at the youth center. Mentoring a teen, Liam, who faced bullying like I did, bonded us. Jordan connected deeply. I was the bully once. Don't let hate define you. Liam's progress inspired. He called us dads in training. It reaffirmed our desire, but a setback hit. Agency delay due to public concerns. Frustrated, we considered surrogacy, pricier but private. Personal growth shone through. Jordan reconnected with college victims, apologizing personally. One, a former roommate, forgave. You've changed. Healed him, bolstering confidence. I confronted my resentment in solo therapy. Holding grudges hurts me too. Letting go felt liberating. Holiday season tested us. We hosted a blended gathering. My family, Jordan's sister, friends. Laughter filled the air, but absence of his parents loomed. A surprise call from his mom. We're thinking about you. Tentative but hopeful. Sparked joy but realism tempered. Change takes time. As adoption inched forward, a breakthrough. Approval for fostering. Our first placement, a 10-year-old boy named Theo, arrived scared but curious. Two dads? He asked. We nodded, sharing stories lightly. Theo's adjustment mirrored ours, trust building slowly. Jordan excelled, patient and fun. I provided structure. Challenges arose. Theo's schoolmates teased about gay dads. We addressed it head-on, teaching resilience. Society's gaze persisted. A local news story featured us positively, from rivals to role models. But backlash followed, protests at the agency. We advocated louder, joining panels on inclusive parenting. Debates raged. Does past homophobia disqualify someone from fatherhood? Theo stayed 6 months before reuniting with family. A bittersweet goodbye. It prepared us for more. Another placement followed, strengthening our unit. Marriage deepened. Anniversaries celebrated with reflections. We made it. But a major twist. Jordan's father reached out, health failing. Want to meet my grandson someday? Implied acceptance. Jordan visited. Tense but open. Reconciliation began slowly, challenging views on forgiveness. Years into marriage, our life wove triumph with trials. Theo's departure left a void, filled by adopting siblings Mia and Luca, ages 5 and 7. The process, grueling with scrutiny, ended in court cheers. Family complete, Jordan whispered, holding my hand. Kids brought chaos, school runs, bedtime stories, but joy unbound. Mia's first daddies melted us. Luca's soccer games echoed Jordan's past, now positively. Conflicts evolved. Kids faced playground taunts. Your dads are weird. We educated, joining PDA to promote diversity. A school incident, Luca bullied for 2 dads, mirrored my college pain. Jordan handled it masterfully, meeting the bully's parents. Hate starts at home. Let's change that. It worked, fostering dialogue. Society's debates continued. Our story inspired a book deal. Enemies to Eternity. Launch events drew crowds. Questions sharp. How do you justify forgiving harm? I answered, it's not justification. It's choice for healing. Critics accused whitewashing. Supporters hailed inspiration. Online, hashtags trended. Forgive or forget. Family dynamics shifted. Jordan's parents, post his father's health scare, visited tentatively. Grandma's cookies won kids over. Awkward talks turned genuine. We were wrong, his dad admitted. It wasn't perfect, old views lingered, but bridges built. Personal hurdles remained. A career shift for me. Promoted to director, strain time. Jordan supported, but resentment bubbled. Your work heals what I broke. Therapy kept us aligned. Kids grounded us, their innocence contrasting our complex past. A climactic moment, college reunion. We attended together, facing ghosts. Former classmates stared. Some embraced, others snubbed. Jordan spoke at a panel on campus climate. I was part of the problem. Now, I'm solution. Applause mixed with boos, encapsulating our journey. As years passed, love endured. Anniversaries marked growth. From rivals to parents, advocates. But questions lingered in quiet moments. Had we truly transcended the past? Is it right to forgive someone who once embodied the hate you fought against, if they've genuinely changed?